here is on the ribs, and it gets narrower up here, okay? Thin amount of meat on the bones here, a little bit right here. Just this little triangle here, I can trim that off. But you're limited to the amount of meat up to here, okay? If I were to take and trim all of this, this is normally straight across. This would be the short ribs here if I was to cut these off. Okay? But because I want this whole slab of ribs as is, okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim off all the bones. Now, if we were to leave the bones on, like this piece here, I would have cut through the meat, wherever that's going. Alright, the meat stops here. Give me the scraper. Round white thing. This is from all of the power sawing through the bones, all of this. You want to always get that off. It feels soft like fine ground beef, but there's very, very fine bone bits in there. You always want to get that off. If we were to leave the bones on, I would cut between each bone from this end to this end, and then take the saw and cut the bones off. Okay? But because we're going to want to keep these bones all intact, we're going to go ahead and leave this whole thing as one. Or I could cut it across, and there are going to be that many more rib pieces for us. I think we'll do that instead. Alright, so what you would do is I'm going to make a slash right here. Okay? I don't want to go right up to where the round part of the meat is. I'm going to go just beyond that. It's going to be a little bit more of a nicer looking shaped steak. So I've got to cut there. And this side, we're going to cut right to here, okay? So I'm going to connect from here to here. And I'm just going to make a cut through.
In between every bone?
In between each bone, because when you're cutting with the saw is for the bones, and it kind of just slows itself down when it hits lean meat, or hits meat or fat. Even going through?
Yes, you're about half.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Hard up this side. The taller I am. Tell me how short Cordell's got some. Alright, so do the first one. Hold it still. Alright, so if I was to take and cut this right through here, I'd have some nice short ribs here. Okay? But because we're going to want this for our smoked ribs, easier to start on this end because I've got an exposed bone right here. Yeah, the knife is resting right on top of the bones. They're about an inch apart. Once I get past this bone meat, work my way over, and the knife is right on the bones again. Flap I'm cutting off. What should we do with this?
Eat it.
Jerky? Lord. It's good for grinding. Okay? You got a good amount of fat with it. Okay? With these, we're going to go ahead and get this set up for smoking. With ribs, you always want to get that skin off the back side, whether it's pork or beef, because it never cooks away and dissolves. If you were to go on dry rub without removing that skin, seasoning does not get through this layer of tissue.
Part of the bones are used for like marrow bones.
Chin.
Time we have a class where we break down an animal. In my mind, I have this thought of like there's some alternate universe where like chickens or cows with dominant species, and they have a class for like breaking down humans.
You're such a nerd.
Would be kind of hard since they don't have opposing thumbs where they can hold on to a knife.
months once you break down.
Yeah, they're the superior.
Yeah.
I think they called that Planet of the Apes.
Did you guys okay?
Yeah.
Country Turkey?
Yum.
Alright. Go ahead.
Alright.
Now this is a little bit harder to do because with this I was able to pull that flap of meat away from the bones. With this I'm going to be cutting, actually let's see, if we cut the bones out individually, there is that much more left for steaks. So I'm going to cut right along the bone. You normally wouldn't be doing this. This is a little more work than we want, but since you guys are going to be eating the steak, I think this will be... Or do we want to go ahead and do that because then we've got the... Yeah, let's do like I initially said. We'll have the ribs. Because smoked beef ribs are really, really good. If you wanted to, like I was going to do here, you know, take the bones out individually.
Which would make a bigger steak, is what you're saying?
Yeah, but it's not going to be that noticeable in relation to eating smoked barbecued beef ribs.
Almost kind of sad, but I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Too bad. We're doing that. Beef ribs.
Oh, we won't be eating beef ribs tomorrow.
Oh, no, this
Holy
is
shit.
We'll just do this Friday.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Now, when I break down the pig, there's going to be a lot of group participation with it, because this is a little on the expensive side. I'm going to be doing this.
You showed the super secret Chef Mom barbecue sauce?
I told you what it was.
Hopefully the sauce for black beef paste.
Nope. Alright, now I've got all of these smaller bones that I want to get around. Ribs, I want to get that off of there because it's a little dangerous, so we'll see. Enforcer.
Yes.
Definitely enforced.
Alright, so we're good to go here, and we'll get this cut into steaks.
Yeah.
You open the other one up.